Hey, good morning. Is it morning? I don't know. I don't know if it's morning for you, but it's morning for me. So I'm going to start with good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Real Estate For Introverts podcast.
Ooh.
My name is Marisa Lindsay. I am your introverted realtor here in the Springs.
What's up, everybody? My name is Dubs. A very good morning to you, as our coffee mugs will say. You did not wake up to be mediocre today.
Sir.
We were talking about it, and I'm like, I'm such a sucker sometimes. They get me so fired up. I'm like, that's right, not mediocre, gonna make a difference.
The mugs with the cool sayings on it, freaking love it. I'm plain Jane this morning with mine, but
that's okay. You got this wacky straw going on, so that's not an elephant in the room.
I put whipped cream on all of my coffees, and so if I try and drink out of the mug, I'm gonna have a whipped cream mustache. And this is the only straw I had in my house, so here we are. We're just gonna go with it.
That's fine. It works. It works. It totally works. All right. What are we talking about today?
Well, I kind of wanted to talk about the fact that so something happened yesterday within my team, and it just really reinforced the idea of having our own groups. So listen to this. So I have this really cool up and coming agent here on my team. Her name is Emily. She just got licensed like last November. Since then, I think she's had, how many closings has she had since November?
I think 5.
5 closings.
So
pretty good, right, for a brand new agent, especially in a down market. Really good, actually.
In the winter.
And she is really good at making genuine connections with people. And so when people are asking for a realtor, her name is getting brought up a lot because she's so good at that. And so yesterday in a spouses group, somebody had recommended her, and she watched in real time as like the recommendation was deleted and she could no longer comment underneath it. And that's what happens when an admin of a group, I think, buddies up with a realtor and they start to kind of like not really allow other realtors to grow.
Can you explain that a little bit more so I can picture what's going on? So she's like on the page.
She's in the page.
Okay.
Yep, she's in the group.
And somebody is like commenting, somebody who is like somebody she's used in the past or a past client family.
Yes.
Is commenting.
Right.
And then that admin is live deleting that random person's comment.
Yes.
And she's seeing this.
Yes.
How did she, oh my gosh, I can't believe she was on the
like
page at that
messaged
time.
our group and she was like, you guys will not believe this. And the thing is that even though our groups are not as big as this one, at least like a spouses or moms group, our group I think only has like 2,500 people in it right now. This group has 16,000.
Yeah.
But like, thank goodness we have our own group because we don't have to rely upon other people to not even support us, but let us shine. Like, let Emily shine. She's a great agent.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't understand, because if the focus is spouses and this person had a genuine question wanting to know who to use in this area.
Yeah.
Like, why would a comment be deleted when somebody has a good experience?
No, exactly, because it's their experience.
Right.
It's not even like Emily is commenting on it.
Exactly.
That would, a little bit more understandable, territorial. But it's like, this is a person who's part of your group, supposedly your people, who just wants to express their opinion, and you're shutting them up.
Exactly.
Like, that feels really messed up to me.
It does. So I learned very early in my career to really have oversight over everything that comes into your business or everything that you use for your business. So I have my own groups. I have my TC who I make her only. We give her enough business, thank God. But just like, make yourself something that's just an asset to the team. Oh, thanks, Siri. You have a Siri man voice?
It's Australian.
I like that. I just
South
noticed
Australian,
that.
so that's fine. Don't worry about that. That's fine. But yeah,
anyway.
But yeah, loyalty matters, and
Loyalty matters.
you know, it's not necessarily a control issue, but it's an alignment.
I feel like it is
of
quality control though. Too.
Okay, quality control, that's true,
Yeah.
but not like I never felt controlled.
Yeah, good.
Right, that's not what it means. It's like, hey, like here's a discussion, this is how I want my business run, and also like let's build a real relationship where I'm not like leveraging you to go get other agents. I don't have to worry about you finding other TCs who are gonna price cut me, and then I can just focus on delivering as much value as I possibly can.
She's so good at it. By the way, if you are looking for a TC and you're in another state, she can absolutely help you. So just let you know.
We're growing our team. Yeah. So we're excited. But anyway, regardless of that, let's focus on.
Okay, let's go back to the squirrel moment.
That's okay.
So yes,
Keep things in control.
That made me think about how not excited, I guess grateful I am that the team already has these groups and they don't have to worry about anybody coming in there and silencing somebody who's supporting them in their business.
Right.
So to me, super grateful, appreciative of that. And that's kind of what we're trying to teach y'all to do. If real estate groups, if Facebook groups are something that you're interested in, we are unveiling a 10-day course.
Yeah.
When is that gonna, so it's already done. It's been done for like 2 or 3 weeks, but we've been so busy with life, like business life, that we haven't like unveiled it yet. But
Right.
what's the timeline?
We're putting on the finishing touches. So by the time this episode comes out, you hopefully have, if you've signed up for our mastermind or you've given us, you know, shown some interest, you have an email in your inbox with an invite. But if you want the invite to check out the course, because we're rolling it out slow because we want to do it right. It's important to us that this delivers value and it makes sense and it helps you get to where you want to be. But if you don't have that and you want one, you can either message either of us directly through the introverts group. You can drop a comment below, but it's a slow rollout. But hopefully, if you want that invite, it's in your email inbox when this airs.
And just FYI, like this course was created based on questions that I get all of the time in the Real Estate for Introverts group that I run on Facebook. And I get these questions all the time. And I almost feel like people are scared to start a group. It sounds scary to them. And so they kind of delay. Yes.
Yeah, it is scary just to validate everybody's feelings out there.
As somebody like me who's done this so many times, it doesn't even faze me anymore. I have like 65 groups. I'm like, let's go. It's so easy. Like, go create the cover art for it. Go do this. Here's the description. Here's the questions. Private or public. Like, we're going to go private. But I get these questions all the time. I think in the last like 3 days, we've had 4 separate people in the group ask about public versus private on their groups and like which one's better. So this is an opportunity to like figure out who your group is going to serve and why that's so important.
People ask, what kind of group should I start?
Yes. And this is so important. If you're finding it hard, like if you already have a group and it's hard for you to like pour into people every day on there, it's probably because they're not your people. I swear, that's it. It sounds insane, but it really is. I could not talk about being, I don't know.
You always give the reference of horses, a horse group.
Horse group, couldn't talk about it. Not passionate about it, don't care. Like my kids have had horses, I just know that they're expensive and they cause an allergic reaction somehow with my husband. Like the hay or something like that. That's the extent. But if you put me in a group with like moms or military families or military PCSers, I can talk all day.
Or like introverts.
Seriously. Like I don't even have to think about it. I just like get up and post. It takes me 5 minutes. Because y'all are my people. So anyway, so it'll be like how to pick who you're going to be talking to. Like group names. How to come up with a group name. Keep it simple. You don't want to overcomplicate it. And then we're going to talk about how to build out your description, how to put the keywords in there. Public or private. We'll have mass discussions about why each one is important and how that fits with what you're looking for, because they both do have pros and cons, especially if this is your first one. And then once you have the group up and running, what it looks like to post inside it and how to grow it, most importantly. A lot of people get stuck on this. And they are like, Marisa, I've been posting and no one's joining. Y'all, I have the solutions. I am like, this really is like the one big gift that I've been gifted is growing social media groups. Who knew?
Right.
But you can learn how to do it too. It's so easy for me. So we're going to partner up for 10 days and I'm going to walk you through step by step. Every day you'll have do outs and things that need to be accomplished before you can move on to the next day. And by the way, we did test out this software because we are running the course on software. I tested it with my team. I gave them an Instagram 5-day challenge. And it did work out pretty well. That was like 2 months ago.
Oh, it's so much growth. Like we just measured, you know, one of the things we talk about here is like expanding your footprint. And even with our team who already is active on Facebook, we are not masters of Instagram.
Nope.
And so even just doing a little 5-day challenge, you know, we brought in an expert, we brought in Uriah, and he was super helpful. But what I love about this framework of like a 5-day challenge or a 10-day challenge, it takes the steps that you probably know you should be doing, right? And makes you take action on that step today. And that is how you truly actually learn. Like I'm somebody, all my overthinkers out there know this, who's like, okay, let me, you know, strategize. I know this, I know that. Let me think of all the pros and cons. I can tell you this from watching, observing, analyzing, but it's different when you do it. And so I love these challenges because it's like, okay, your only goal today is to come up with a name.
Baby steps.
And it's like, okay, well, I can't escape. So for me, it's huge on accountability and doing what I already know I should be doing, and then getting like super specific and being able to pivot and get feedback on that one little step. And it's like, okay, I took that step. Now I can take the next one instead of getting stuck in analysis paralysis.
Right.
I hope none of you are stuck, but if it is, I look forward to this course because I think Marissa's going to be doing a group and I'm going to be making myself do a group right alongside you guys for the accountability alone. Like, I think it's worth that. So,
yeah, this is going to be something that I do with y'all in real time. And I'm just going to create a group from scratch and just like play right along with you.
Yeah.
We're going to do the group name creation, cover photo together, all of the things, and just see what happens. So anyway, that's something that you're interested, drop your email below and we will absolutely get you on the mailing list for it. If we already have your email address, you probably already have.
You should have the email. If you don't,
hope so.
If you don't tell Marissa, okay? Just DM me directly. No, you should have, please reach out to any channel because I think this is good stuff. I think it not only gives life to individual people, but it gives life to those people's groups as well. It's a revolution in a way to do sales. It's building something good and providing value. And it's like the tangible, granular, step-by-step of how to do that with the accountability of a community that is on the same page.
Right.
I'm excited. Like, I'm genuinely excited.
Freaking love it, especially if you love to serve people. Like, it's really taking that service of people to another level, because every day you have the opportunity to pour into people about whatever the subject matter is.
Right.
And even if they're not actually like interacting with you and commenting and liking any of your stuff, it doesn't mean they're not watching.
Right.
I swear 80% of my clients are people that have never interacted with me. They're people that were just following and just loving what I had to say.
The lurkers.
And it really is a revolution. I want to start like this whole army of people who are like really trying to think outside the box and find ways to build longevity in their business.
Right.
I feel like when you're paying for leads and things like that, like you have this, sure, it's instant gratification, right? When you do finally pick somebody up, it happens very, very quickly. And then next thing you know, you're buying or selling their house for them. But with something like this, like people are watching you for a long time.
Yeah.
And then when they do reach out, then you're building on that relationship that's already there for them at least.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you're helping them, you know, with their home purchase, let's just say, and that relationship continues. And the wonderful thing about it, so we had Kyle on last week and he was talking about how we should do like systems and processes on this one. Y'all, I don't have systems and processes. Like, if you ever look up like what a visionary does, like a business owner visionary, like we're not good at systems and processes. But I don't even know if I need it so much.
No. So what Marisa does is she attacks each day with a lot of emotion and a lot of chaos. And so it's like,
what?
Which is what makes, what?
I do.
Yes. Marisa has like made 3 big business pivots, I think, in the last week. So she's like,
oh
what?
My God,
Chaos? What are you
know.
talking about? But that's okay. It's what a visionary does because she sees an opportunity and it allows her creative part of her, which is such a huge part of her, to find a solution in that moment. And so she's very much in the moment, like, what's the problem? Let me come up with a solution. Like if you haven't seen our masterminds and seen her work live in there, it's literally Monday morning, 8 a.m. and 5 minutes before we log on. And last week I was like, Marisa, are you getting on? Like, where are you at? Where are you at? And she's like, I'm here. Okay, I'm ready. And it comes on, she's like, hi everybody. And it's like people start putting out their problems. And it's like she comes up with solutions. I have spent so much time with this woman for the past 2 years.
So much time.
But specifically when, you know, she came to me with this vision of like putting this out here and adding a system to it. Like we have spent in the last few months so much time together. So I know her, I see her, I've heard what she says, I've heard it tens of times, dozens of times. But every time we get on that mastermind call and she's faced with a life creative situation, it's all of this formula and experience coming to add value to this one person. And it's a creative solution. 9 times out of 10, I have not heard before. And I think you've really enjoyed it too, because it has helped you like come to life and problem solve, which is, I think, where you really thrive.
I love it. And like, honestly, and we're going to talk about this, I think, on the next podcast, the fact that I'm going back into production. But since I've had that pivots in thinking, the amount of ideas that have come to mind are, but I will literally do anything to not have to cold call or door knock. Like, we'll do anything else. And so to me, whatever way I can figure out to have people come to me versus the other way around,
right?
Like I'm going to be all over it. But it's been so much fun. And my brain really does work like this. Like I am a creative thinker. I love people. I love providing value to people. I love creating win-win situations for people. And so getting to use those tools that have been innately built in me to like help others, freaking love it. If you want me to build a system though, it's never going to happen. Like ever going to happen.
No.
I am not even kidding. So here, fun fact. Okay, so, and we're going to wrap this up after this, but this is how my brain thinks. So like early last year when the interest rate started to really change, actually it happened at the end of the year, the year prior, but I started to kind of freak out about it. And I'm like, what if our business dries up here in Colorado Springs? Like, I don't want to hang my hat on one market. And so I'm like, screw it. We're just going to create all these other groups in other states. And so we did. I had no plan. 0 plan of what it was going to look like. None. I just did it. And that's just how I operate. And Dubs knows me by now. She just like hangs on real tight, like buckles up, puts on extra seatbelts and like just goes with it at this point. But I'm like, okay, we're just going to build all these other groups. So I think I started with 10 other groups or something like that, and started to really build them up and grow them into what they are now. So they started early last year. Now all of them are over 1,000. And then I started to create these referrals out of the groups. with no way of tracking them, because who needs to track referrals?
Just send it into the
Just send it out and hope that somebody sends me a referral check if I send them something. And so, like, who does that? And so the funny thing is that I would get these checks and I would go pick them up at the office, and the admin would be like, are any of these yours? And I'd look and I'm like, I don't know who these names are. I don't know what these addresses are. I have no idea. I think I have a referral in Tennessee, but who knows? And I'm like, so that's where Dubs comes in. So she creates the systems and processes. I am the visionary. She is the integrator. And it's been a really good coupling as far as business goes. I'm not even kidding. Thank God I have a Dubs.
Right. And well, thank God I have a Marisa, because otherwise I'd still be thinking and doing. Like, she is an action taker. So it forces me into action. And it's rough, because I would rather just stay, inertia, not even move. But so it's been a good match. But, we're excited. One of the things I get to do and that I enjoy doing with you is watching you work, do all this chaos, just be yourself. And then my background is in coaching. I was never the best athlete, but I'm a pretty good coach because I can recognize the talent and then take that and apply it to a system where everybody can learn, so that no matter where you're starting, if you're comfortable posting, if you're not comfortable posting, if you already have an idea, if you don't have an idea, if you're super good at, bringing in real estate in a non-icky way, great. But if you're not, like, we have distilled all these questions and ideas, and we've put them as best we can in a 10-day format so that you can absolutely fast forward your group to meet your people, to get leads, to provide value. It's going to be amazing.
I think so. So hope you can join us on the 10-day course. Thank you for being with us today on whichever podcast. I've lost count. 12, and now I just really have no idea what's going on. We're just here and we're doing it. So thank you for joining us today.
Thanks,
we will
guys.
see you next week, where we are talking about maybe my move into production. And like what this means for you. Have a good day.
Bye everybody.